Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be going over my top 25 wide receiver rankings for week 12. And the good news for everybody is that no teams are on bye weeks. So this week is stacked. We have all the brand name guys on this list. So don't be surprised if like your third or fourth wide receiver is not on this list. Doesn't mean I don't think they're going to do well. I just think, you know, how can we leave most of these guys off the list? You'll see exactly what I mean. Also, I will not be ranking Ja'Marr Chase. I don't think he's going to play this week. If he does play on the off chance, I would rank him in B tier. I'm going to start it off with that because I don't know if he's going to play his full snaps. I think it's very unlikely they play him this week. I think they wait one more week at least, and I think T. Higgins is still the main receiver in Cincinnati for this week. But before we get to the rest of these names, I want you guys to quickly hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you are new. We're on the road to 500 subs. You guys are absolutely killing it on the support lately. Love you all for that. But without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off with the pretty, you know, basic ones here on S tier. Stefon Diggs against the Detroit Lions. I don't really need to talk about these names too much. Davante Adams at number 2 against the Seattle Seahawks. He has been absolutely going crazy as of late. I just think Diggs has a little bit better of a matchup this week on Thanksgiving in Detroit against the 27th ranked defense in the Detroit Lions. At number 3 here, we have Tyreek Hill. I know you might be a little surprised. Tyreek at number 3. He's been going absolutely crazy. Had a little bit of a down week for Tyreek the last time that they played, but I think he bounces back here against Houston, has a massive game. Defense in Houston is not great. And then number 4 here, rounding off S tier, DeAndre Hopkins has just been a target magnet as of late. So I'd feel very comfortable starting all of these guys. Hopkins is also going against the Los Angeles Chargers for anybody wondering. Now dropping down a tier here into A is Justin Jefferson. You guys are probably going to roast me. Jefferson's not in S tier. What the hell are you doing? Listen, Justin Jefferson's going against the New England Patriots. Bill Belichick, I feel like if he's a smart guy, I know he's a smart guy. You know, this is the number 1 ranked defense for a reason, all right? Bill Belichick is thinking in his head, Justin Jefferson and Dalvin Cook. We eliminate these two guys. You're playing Kirk Cousins in prime time on Thanksgiving. Who else do they throw to? Adam Thielen, maybe? I feel like Jefferson is going to get locked up in this matchup. If he goes off, he goes off. I'm still playing him in every single league that you own him in, but I'm just saying, Bill Belichick is a smart man, and he's going to try to lock up Justin Jefferson as best as he can. I don't think he has a 30-point game. Quote me on it. If I'm wrong in the comments, you can come back and roast me if I'm wrong on it. Coming in at number 6 here, still in A tier. This guy took a massive leap on my rankings because Buffalo's defense is struggling. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I think he has a great game on Thanksgiving against the Buffalo Bills. 22nd ranked defense against the pass for the Bills. I'm feeling good about this matchup. He is the clear number 1 wide receiver in Detroit. Swift is struggling a little bit. You know, Jamal Williams taking a lot of carries, taking a lot of touchdowns. Jamal Williams owners, you are happy. But as of Amon-Ra, I'm playing him. Absolutely 100% confident in this matchup. Going over to number 7, dropping down another tier here is CeeDee Lamb against the New York Giants. Now, CeeDee Lamb had kind of a down week because the Cowboys absolutely slaughtered the Vikings. And this was at a 4:30 game, so Kirk Cousins struggled. We know that for sure. But CeeDee Lamb, a little bit of a tough matchup against the New York Giants. Still think he has a better week than last week because they're going to have to throw the ball more. They ran the ball 500 times last week against the Vikings because they were winning the entire game. That won't be able to happen against the Giants. They definitely have a better defense, and this will be a closer matchup. Divisional, it's always a close matchup between these two teams. At number 8 here, I'm giving him one more chance. A.J. Brown against the Green Bay Packers. He needs to step up, and he needs to do it now because 2 bad weeks in a row. A.J. Brown, we can't make it a three-peat. I'm expecting him to come up big against Green Bay. Sunday night, primetime game. It's going to be the A.J. Brown show. If not, we're getting worried. We're getting very worried. Dropping down another tier here, we have Terry McLaurin at number 9 in the top 10. First time ever on these rankings, Terry McLaurin has made the top 10 because he's going against the Atlanta Falcons, the 31st ranked passing defense in the league. Taylor Heineke loves throwing to Terry McLaurin. Feeling great about this matchup against Atlanta. Coming in at number 10 here, DK Metcalf against the Las Vegas Raiders. DK, I think, is a little better of a receiver. I don't know if it's little or a lot, but he's definitely better than Tyler Lockett. They've been going crazy. Seattle has been just putting up numbers on numbers on numbers on offense. I like the matchup. I like the player. I think he could possibly find the end zone in this one. Hopefully he doesn't. I'm going against him this week in fantasy, but I got to respect the guy. He's at number 10 here against Las Vegas. Number 11, another guy I got to put some respect on his name for, Jalen Waddle against the Houston Texans. Same as Tyreek Hill. This offense, week in and week out, is just putting up numbers on numbers on numbers. You know, Tua passes the ball enough to go around to Hill and Waddle. They both usually go crazy. I expect another, week of the same here against the Houston team that struggles on offense, so their defense will be on the field a lot. Dropping down another tier here, we have Deebo Samuel going up against the New Orleans Saints. Deebo finally had that comeback game that we projected. We knew he was going to have it eventually. It was only a matter of time. Deebo is still a great receiver. I don't love the matchup against New Orleans. And just based on the other names I have above him, that's why he's in D tier. I'm sure if there was some bye weeks, I would have him ranked higher, but not as confident in Deebo as I am the other guys. So he's going to sit in D. Next up here, T. Higgins. I would probably rank T. Higgins a little bit higher if I knew for certain that Chase was going to be out 100%. But T. Higgins going against the Tennessee Titans here this week. The Titans are the 30th ranked passing defense in the league, so I do like this matchup. T. Higgins coming off a great game where he got a ton of targets. You want to see that again this week against the Titans. Like I said, pretty good matchup, so I got to rank him high up there. Coming in at number 14, Tyler Lockett. This is another guy on the Seattle Seahawks going against the Las Vegas Raiders. Similar to the Waddle and Hill experience, both Metcalf and Lockett are getting a lot of targets, getting a lot of points. So I got to put some respect on their names and put them high up on this list. Coming in at number 15 here, we have Keenan Allen. He actually looked great on a limited snap count going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. I think he has another pretty good game here against the Arizona Cardinals. Mike Williams is not going to be on this list, by the way. I don't know if he's playing. He re-aggravated that ankle sprain, so I just left him off this list to be cautious. There's a good chance that he doesn't play, and you can expect better numbers if Mike Williams does not play out of Keenan Allen against this Arizona defense. That's pretty tough, by the way. They're not an easy defense to get past, but I still like Keenan Allen in this matchup. Coming in at number 16 here, we have Christian Kirk going against the Baltimore Ravens. Christian Kirk is like the silent killer, but he's not silent. Like, nobody talks about Christian Kirk, and he just goes off every week. This guy is crazy. Easily Trevor Lawrence's number one target on this offense. Let's see, 31.5 fantasy points PPR last time he played against the Chiefs, and then against the Raiders, 21.6. I mean, he's been pretty damn consistent this entire year, and I like him again this week. What else can I say about him? Next up on this list at number 17, Michael Pittman Jr. I think this is probably the highest I will rank Michael Pittman the rest of the year. I'm not going to lie to you. This is the easiest matchup he has here, all right, against a bottom 5 defense against the pass. Pittsburgh is not good against the pass. We saw that last week. T. Higgins absolutely exposed this team through the air. I expect more of the same from Michael Pittman. And by the way, when T. Higgins was exposing Pittsburgh defense, it wasn't like deep throws. These were Michael Pittman-esque throws near the line of scrimmage, like 10 yards, 15 yards. That's where Michael Pittman thrives. Not deep down the field, not deep shots, anything like that. I expect around 10 targets for Michael Pittman, 10 to 12 targets in this matchup. I would feel very confident starting him. The most confident starting Michael Pittman for the rest of the year. Like, this is the best matchup he's going to get. Start him in this one if you have him on your team. Coming in at number 18 here, we have Juju Smith-Schuster against the Los Angeles Rams. I told you that if Juju had another consistent game against Tennessee, that I was going to rank him higher. You know, he deserves some respect, and that's why he's up here at number 18. How can you ignore the numbers? 22.3 in PPR, 25.4 in PPR, 18.8 in PPR. Then he got the concussion against Jacksonville, but he was damn near guaranteed to have another good game in that one. I think he comes back, bounces back, 15+ point performance. Hopefully for you guys that are going to start him, but I mean, we've seen in the past there's no drop off in points per game after a concussion. They come back from a concussion, so I'd feel pretty confident about Juju. I mean, you got the best quarterback in the league throwing to you, so how can you go wrong here? Unless you're Kadarius Toney. Zero Toney. I know a lot of people were mad about that, but I mean, he did get injured, but before he got injured, wasn't doing anything either, so just never start Tony again, I guess. Dropping down another tier here, and you are gonna flame me for this one, right? Number 19, Amari Cooper. Number 20, Chris Godwin. Number 21, Mike Evans. All in the same matchup. I've heard from multiple people now that this game is gonna be super rainy. That's the only reason these guys are in F tier, below a lot of these players, because the rain is supposed to be ridiculous. If it does not rain for whatever reason in Tampa Bay, move these guys up on your list. But that's where they're ranked right now, 19, 20, 21 respectively. Not much more to say. All these players are great. Like I said, it's just a weather situation for me. Similar to if that Buffalo-Cleveland game were to be played in the snow last week, would have had Stephon Diggs down, would have had Amari Cooper way down, Gabe Davis way down, so on and so forth. Moving on to the next tier in G, Chris Olave, coming off a great game, not the most targets in that matchup. I think he had 6 targets, so 21 fantasy points in PPR off 6 targets is a little unsustainable if you ask me. Still a great player. I do believe he does well the rest of the year. This is probably the toughest matchup he's going to go up against. Andy Dalton, I think, struggles tremendously in this matchup. And, geez, I don't think there's really much more to say on this matter. So, not feeling great about Olave compared to a lot of these other guys, but most likely, if he's on your team, you'd probably have to start him still. Coming in at number 23, we have Gabe Davis going up against the Detroit Lions. Gabe Davis, like I said in the past couple weeks, showing the consistency that you like to see. I think this is the last week that you can comfortably say that Gabe Davis should get you over 10 points. We've known in the past, and I've said it multiple times, he is super inconsistent. He'll have a 30-point game, then a 3-point game, because his targets are just all over the place. He'll get 8 targets, then he'll get 2 targets, then he'll get 5 targets, then he'll get 10 targets. It's just all over the place. You never know with Gabe Davis, because Stephon Diggs is the #1 in Buffalo, clear as day for Josh Allen. They got that connection going, but I like him against the Detroit Lions. Bad defense. I'd expect a good game out of Gabe Davis. Number 24 here, Devonta Smith. We went over it in the past. Devonta Smith plays better against better defenses. So they're going against the Green Bay Packers here. I expect a close game, and I expect Devonta Smith to sit around 12 to 15 PPR fantasy points. So, I mean, we'll take it at the end of the day. Obviously, A.J. Brown is the better option in this offense, but if he's getting locked up by Jair Alexander, then expect Devonta Smith to get heavily involved in this game. Coming in at number 25, last but not least, I gotta put him in here. You know, I said his touchdowns were not sustainable. This man had like 5 touchdowns in 6 catches. Christian Watson, I'm taking a leap. I'm taking a risk, ranking him over Allen Lazard. I still think, you know, Allen Lazard is the #1 in this offense until we see differently. Until we see more targets for Christian Watson, I have Lazard above him, but I'm going to take a shot. I'm going to rank Watson above him just this week against Philly, a team that has been struggling through the air as of late. They're not the worst defense in the league by far, not even close, but they've been giving up. You know, Terry McLaurin scored 20 fantasy points against them. So if Christian Watson can get around 8 to 10 targets in this game, expect a good game out of him. We'll see what happens to Allen Lazard after this week. If he, you know, drops in targets, then Christian Watson is the new #1 in Green Bay. We just have to monitor that situation. Anybody that I left off this list, like I said, you know, they could still have a great week, 100%. A lot of these guys have more potential in my opinion, but leave it up to you guys in the comment section below. If you disagree with anything, let me know. And if you like this video, helped you at all, drop a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. I'll catch you in the running back rankings next video. Peace out, guys.